Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about attraction and connection. Not just the fleeting type, but the kind that makes someone completely drawn to you, almost addicted in a positive, healthy way. Building a magnetic persona isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about unlocking a version of yourself that exudes confidence, mystery, and authenticity. At the core of this idea lies the understanding that human connections thrive on emotion. When you master the art of making someone feel a certain way about themselves when they're with you, you can leave an unforgettable impression. But how can this be done? It starts with being intentional and creating a strong emotional resonance. First, cultivate your confidence. There's nothing more alluring than someone who knows their worth and isn't afraid to own it. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's about knowing your strengths, embracing your imperfections, and walking into a room with self-assuredness. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate self-belief because it's contagious. People who feel certain about themselves rather than the very thing that creates. Second, practice active listening. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. Pay attention, ask thoughtful questions, and validate the other person's experiences and feelings. Making someone feel heard and valued is one of the fastest ways to create a meaningful bond. Third, embrace mystery. Don't reveal everything about yourself immediately. Hold some of your thoughts and stories back to create intrigue. This doesn't mean being deceitful or withholding affection. It's about pacing the relationship and allowing someone to peel back your layers like a story that keeps getting better. Fourth, master the art of appreciation. People crave recognition and validation, whether it's complimenting their skills, admiring their passions, or appreciating their efforts. Genuine acknowledgement builds positive reinforcement in the relationship. Fifth, prioritize emotional intelligence. Being able to read situations, empathize with others, and communicate effectively makes you incredibly attractive. Emotional intelligence shows maturity and the ability to handle both the good and challenging aspects of a connection. Sixth, invest in yourself. When you're constantly growing, whether through hobbies, personal goals, or learning, you not only bring more to the table, but also inspire others to grow with you. People can't resist someone who's passionate about their own life and purpose. Seventh, master the power of touch and body language. These nonverbal cues communicate so much more than words ever could. A simple, sincere touch on the arm, a warm smile, or maintaining eye contact can create a connection that words can't replicate. Finally, be authentically yourself. Pretending to be someone else might work in the short term, but it never creates lasting attraction. The right person will be addicted to you for who you genuinely are, not a mask or a performance. Being unapologetically authentic is the ultimate superpower. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits a person can possess, and it has an almost magnetic effect on others. True confidence is not about arrogance or superiority, but about having a solid understanding of your worth and embracing it without apology. It's a quiet strength, a sense of self-assurance that speaks louder than words and instantly draws people to you. When you radiate confidence, you naturally become someone others want to be around, someone they feel inspired by and uplifted in their presence. At its core, confidence begins with self-awareness. It's about understanding who you are, your strengths, and your areas for growth. It requires an honest acknowledgement of what makes you unique and valuable. When you take the time to reflect on your abilities, accomplishments, and personal journey, you begin to build a sense of pride in yourself. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect. Confidence actually thrives on imperfection. It's about owning every part of yourself, even the flaws, and understanding that these make you human and relatable. Confidence is also cultivated through action. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you expand your sense of what you're capable of achieving. Whether it's speaking up in a group, pursuing a challenging goal, or simply making decisions without second-guessing yourself. Each small victory reinforces your self-belief. Confidence grows when you take risks, face challenges, and learn from the outcomes. Over time, you develop resilience and a sense of trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Nonverbal cues are another vital component of confidence. The way you carry yourself communicates volumes before you even say a word. Standing tall, maintaining good posture, and making eye contact are subtle yet powerful ways to project confidence. A warm and genuine smile adds an inviting quality to your presence, making you approachable while still exuding strength. People naturally respond to these visual signals, often mirroring the energy you project. Confidence is also deeply tied to self-respect. When you value yourself, you set boundaries, make choices that align with your needs and desires, and avoid settling for less than you deserve. This sense of self-respect is incredibly attractive because it shows that you prioritize your well-being and won't compromise your worth. It's not about being rigid or inflexible, but about knowing where to draw the line and ensuring that others treat you with the same respect you show yourself. One of the most captivating aspects of confidence is how it impacts others. People feel inspired when they're around someone who radiates self-assurance. Your energy becomes contagious, encouraging those around you to believe in themselves as well. Confidence often acts as a mirror. When others see your certainty, they begin to feel more secure in their interactions with you. And this creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and admiration that naturally strengthens connections. However, confidence is not about overshadowing others or needing constant validation. It's about being secure enough in yourself that you can celebrate other people's successes without feeling threatened. It allows you to uplift and support others, further solidifying your magnetic appeal. True confidence comes from within, and it doesn't depend on external approval to thrive. It's about knowing that you are enough, just as you are, and not feeling the need to prove anything to anyone. Building and maintaining confidence is a continuous journey. It requires consistent self-reflection, effort, and a commitment to personal growth. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when self-doubt creeps in. Confidence is not the absence of fear or insecurity, but the ability to move forward despite them. When you exude this quiet yet powerful energy, you naturally draw people to you, creating deeper, more meaningful connections that stand the test of time. Active listening is one of the most underrated yet transformative skills when it comes to building meaningful connections. At its core, it's about giving someone your undivided attention, truly hearing their words, and understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. While it may seem simple, active listening requires intentionality and effort, but the results are profound. When you practice it, you make the other person feel valued, respected, and understood, which can create an unshakable bond. Most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. They're often formulating their own response while the other person is still speaking, which leads to shallow conversations and missed opportunities for connection. Active listening flips this dynamic by shifting the focus entirely onto the other person. It involves silencing your internal dialogue and being fully present in the moment. This means not just hearing the words being said, but also paying attention to tone, body language, and facial expressions to grasp the full picture. One key aspect of active listening is maintaining eye contact. This simple act conveys that you're fully engaged and interested in what the other person has to say. It reassures them that their words matter and that they have your complete focus. Avoid distractions, such as checking your phone or letting your mind wander, as these behaviors can make the other person feel ignored or unimportant. By giving your undivided attention, you create a safe space where they feel comfortable opening up. Another essential component is asking thoughtful and open-ended questions. These questions encourage the other person to share more about their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. For example, instead of responding with a generic, "That's nice," you might say, "What was the most challenging part of that experience for you?" Or, "How did that make you feel?" Such questions show genuine curiosity and a desire to delve deeper into their perspective. In this episode, I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Emily Barton to showcase this part of her brilliance. This not only keeps the conversation flowing, but also demonstrates that you're invested in understanding them on a deeper level. Paraphrasing and reflecting are also powerful techniques within active listening. When you paraphrase, you summarize what the other person has said in your own words to confirm that you've understood them correctly. For instance, you might say, "So, what you're saying is," or "It sounds like your feelings." This not only validates their feelings, but also shows that you're truly paying attention. Reflecting their emotions back to them, such as saying, "I can see how that would be frustrating," further reinforces that you empathize with their experience. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in active listening. Nodding, smiling, or leaning slightly forward can all signal that you're engaged and interested. Even subtle gestures like tilting your head or mirroring their body language can create a sense of connection and make the other person feel more at ease. These nonverbal cues act as a bridge, silently communicating that you're fully present and tuned into their story. Validation is another critical element of active listening. Sometimes people just want to feel heard and understood without needing advice or solutions. Acknowledging their feelings with phrases like, "That sounds really tough," or "I can see why you'd feel that way," can be incredibly powerful. It reassures them that their emotions are valid and that they're not being dismissed or judged. This kind of support fosters trust and deepens the bond between you. Practicing patience is equally important. Not everyone expresses themselves clearly or quickly, and active listening requires allowing space for them to articulate their thoughts without interrupting or rushing them. Silence, while often uncomfortable, can be a powerful tool. Giving someone the time to gather their thoughts shows respect and creates an environment where they feel free to share without pressure. Ultimately, active listening is about making the other person feel seen and valued. It's a selfless act of putting their needs and emotions first, even for just a moment. By mastering this skill, you not only enrich your relationships, but also create a lasting impression of being someone who truly cares. Mystery is the subtle yet powerful quality that can make you irresistibly intriguing. It's not about being secretive or manipulative, but about creating an air of curiosity that naturally draws people to you. When you embrace mystery, you allow others to be intrigued by the layers of who you are, wanting to learn more as time goes on. This sense of intrigue makes every interaction feel like an unfolding story, one they are eager to explore further. One of the key aspects of creating mystery is understanding the importance of pacing. In today's world, where oversharing is often the norm, there's something captivating about someone who doesn't immediately lay all their cards on the table. Mystery comes from knowing what to share, when to share it, and what to hold back. This isn't about being evasive or withholding important information. It's about allowing the relationship to develop gradually, leaving space for anticipation and discovery. When you reveal too much about yourself too quickly, you remove the opportunity for the other person to be curious. Sharing every detail of your life up front can make the connection feel predictable and one-dimensional. On the other hand, leaving a little to the imagination keeps them engaged. For example, instead of explaining every detail of your hobbies or experiences, you might share a small, intriguing detail and let them ask follow-up questions. This creates a dynamic where they're actively investing in getting to know you, which strengthens the bond. Mystery also involves maintaining a sense of independence. People are naturally drawn to those who have their own lives, passions, and goals. When you're deeply engaged in your own interests and pursuits, you project an image of someone who is fulfilled and doesn't rely on external validation. This independence is magnetic because it suggests that there's a whole world to you that exists beyond the relationship. It also sparks curiosity about what drives you, what excites you, and what your life looks like when you're not with them. Your communication style can also play a significant role in cultivating mystery. The way you express yourself, whether through words, tone, or body language, can add layers of depth to your personality. Instead of giving direct or overly detailed answers, consider adding a touch of intrigue to your responses. For instance, when someone asks about a recent experience, instead of providing a full rundown, you might say, "It was incredible. Maybe I'll tell you more about it another time." When this experience is described later, people will think of you as skeptical, or maybe I'll tell you more about it another time. This not only piques their interest, but also creates opportunities for future conversations. Nonverbal cues are another essential element of mystery. Your body language, facial expressions, and even the way you carry yourself can convey a lot without saying a word. A subtle smile, a moment of prolonged eye contact, or a confident but calm demeanor can all create an aura of intrigue. These small, intentional gestures invite the other person to interpret and wonder about your thoughts and feelings, drawing them deeper into your presence. Being selective about what you share on social media can also contribute to a sense of mystery. In a world where people often document every moment of their lives online, choosing to be more private about certain aspects can make you stand out. Instead of oversharing, focus on curating your presence in a way that reflects your personality without giving everything away. This not only creates intrigue, but also reinforces the idea that there's more to you than meets the eye. Mystery isn't just about what you withhold. It's also about the energy you bring to interactions. A sense of playfulness, humor, or unpredictability can add an element of excitement to your presence. People are naturally drawn to those who keep them on their toes, offering new perspectives or surprising them with unexpected insights. This sense of spontaneity and creativity keeps the connection fresh and engaging, making them eager to spend more time with you. At its heart, mystery is about balance. It's about being open enough to build trust and connection while holding back just enough to keep things exciting. It's not about creating walls or being inaccessible. Rather, it's about inviting others into your world one step at a time. By embracing mystery, you create a dynamic where every interaction feels like an invitation to discover something new about you, making the connection richer and more fulfilling with each passing moment. Mystery is what scientists call a paradox, and it is best described as another feeling with each passing moment. Appreciation is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to create a strong and lasting connection with someone. It's a fundamental human need to feel seen, valued, and acknowledged. And when you show genuine appreciation for someone, you tap into this deep emotional core, far beyond surface-level compliments. True appreciation comes from recognizing not just what a person does, but who they are, the effort they put into their actions, and the qualities that make them unique. Appreciation begins with mindfulness and observation. To genuinely appreciate someone, you need to pay attention to them, their actions, words, and even the small, seemingly insignificant details. It's easy to overlook these things in day-to-day interactions. But when you take the time to notice, you send a powerful message that you're fully present and engaged. For instance, you might notice how someone always makes an effort to include others in conversations, or how they bring humor into stressful situations. Recognizing these traits shows that you see beyond the surface, and that kind of acknowledgement is incredibly meaningful. One of the most effective ways to express appreciation is through thoughtful and specific compliments. Generic praise like "you're great" or "good job" is nice, but it doesn't have the same impact as something more personal and detailed. Instead, focus on the specific qualities or actions that impressed you. For example, saying, "I really admire how calm and composed you stayed during that stressful meeting. It's inspiring" is far more impactful than a vague "you handled that well." If specific compliments not only feel more genuine, but also demonstrate that you've truly taken the time to observe and reflect on the other person's strengths. Another layer of appreciation involves acknowledging effort, not just outcomes. Often, people focus on results, achievements, successes, or finished projects. But effort deserves just as much recognition. Appreciating someone for the hard work they put into something, even if it didn't turn out perfectly, shows that you value their dedication and perseverance. This kind of recognition can be incredibly encouraging and motivating, as it reinforces the idea that their efforts are worthwhile and noticed, regardless of the outcome. It's also important to remember that appreciation isn't always about words. Actions can speak volumes, and sometimes showing gratitude through gestures can leave an even deeper impact. A small, thoughtful act like bringing someone their favorite coffee, writing a heartfelt note, or simply offering help when they're overwhelmed, can communicate appreciation in a way that words cannot. These gestures don't have to be grand. It's the thought and intention behind them that make them meaningful. Nonverbal cues, such as smiles, nods, or a warm expression, also play a role in showing appreciation. These subtle signals convey that you're engaged and that the person's efforts or presence bring you joy. Sometimes a heartfelt thank you, accompanied by a genuine smile or an appreciative tone, can mean more than an elaborate speech. Nonverbal communication adds an emotional depth to your expression of gratitude that words alone may not capture. Appreciation also involves celebrating someone's individuality. Each person has their own unique qualities and strengths, and when you take the time to acknowledge what sets them apart, it creates a sense of validation and pride. This might mean highlighting their creativity, their ability to think outside the box, or their knack for making people feel comfortable. When people feel that their individuality is noticed and valued, it fosters a sense of connection and trust that's hard to replicate. In fact, most of the significant real wealth building has been internally driven and absorbed into the growth and replacement of social laws promoting individuality. Another aspect of appreciation is consistency. While grand gestures of gratitude are memorable, it's the consistent, everyday expressions of appreciation that truly solidify bonds. Saying thank you, acknowledging small acts of kindness, or offering encouragement on a regular basis creates a steady foundation of positivity in the relationship. It shows that your appreciation isn't fleeting or dependent on major events, but is an ongoing part of how you value the other person. Ultimately, appreciation is about creating a positive feedback loop. When you show someone that you genuinely value them, it encourages them to continue being their best self. It also strengthens the connection between you, as people are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves. By practicing sincere, thoughtful, and consistent appreciation, you build a foundation of trust, respect, and warmth that can deepen any relationship and leave a lasting impression. Emotional intelligence is one of the most transformative qualities you can bring to any relationship. It goes beyond surface-level attraction and builds a foundation for meaningful, lasting connections. At its core, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. It's not just about being empathetic or sensitive. It's about navigating emotions in a way that fosters understanding, trust, and mutual respect. The first step in emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This involves understanding your own emotional triggers, patterns, and responses. When you're aware of your emotions, you can identify how they influence your actions and decisions. For example, if you feel frustrated, emotional intelligence helps you pause, reflect, and process that frustration rather than reacting impulsively. This level of self-awareness makes you more grounded and intentional in your interactions, which in turn creates a sense of stability and reliability that others are naturally drawn to. Self-regulation is another critical aspect of emotional intelligence. It's about managing your emotions in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring how you feel, but learning to express those emotions in healthy and productive ways. For instance, if you're feeling upset or disappointed, instead of lashing out or shutting down, you might take a moment to gather your thoughts and calmly explain what's bothering you. People respect and appreciate those who can communicate their emotions clearly without causing unnecessary conflict. Empathy is perhaps the most well-known component of emotional intelligence, and it's an incredibly powerful tool for deepening connections. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to understand and share in their feelings. When you practice empathy, you're not just listening to what someone is saying, you're also trying to grasp the emotions behind their words. This creates a safe space for others to be vulnerable and authentic because they feel truly understood. For example, if someone shares that they're struggling with a challenge, instead of offering quick advice or dismissing their feelings, you might say, "That sounds really difficult. How can I support you?" This kind of empathetic response fosters trust and emotional intimacy. cues that guide interactions. Body language, tone of voice, and subtle shifts in mood all provide valuable information about how someone is feeling. When you're socially aware, you can pick up on these cues and adapt your behavior accordingly. For instance, if you sense that someone is feeling anxious or overwhelmed, you might approach them with kindness and patience rather than pushing them to talk or act before they're ready. Effective communication is also central to emotional intelligence. This involves expressing your thoughts and feelings in a way that is clear, respectful, and mindful of the other person's perspective. It's about striking a balance between honesty and tact, ensuring that your words build bridges rather than walls. For example, if you need to address a conflict, instead of placing blame, you might use I statements, like, "I felt hurt when you didn't include me in the decision," which focuses on your experience rather than accusing the other person. This kind of communication minimizes defensiveness and opens the door for productive dialogue. Emotional intelligence also involves building resilience and maintaining a positive outlook. Life is full of challenges, and how you handle setbacks can greatly impact your relationships. When you approach difficulties with composure and optimism, you not only model emotional strength, but also create a sense of security for those around you. People are drawn to those who can weather storms with grace and inspire confidence that things will improve. Finally, emotional intelligence is about fostering a sense of connection. When you're emotionally intelligent, you prioritize the well-being of those around you, showing genuine care and interest in their lives. You take the time to celebrate their successes, support them through hardships, and show appreciation for their presence in your life. This creates a foundation of mutual respect and affection that strengthens the bond between you. By cultivating emotional intelligence, you become someone who understands and values the complexities of human emotions. This ability to navigate emotions, both your own and others, makes you not only a better partner, friend, or colleague, but also someone people feel safe and inspired to be around. Emotional intelligence turns ordinary connections into extraordinary ones by fostering understanding, compassion, and trust. Having a strong sense of purpose is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can possess. It's the inner drive that guides your actions, shapes your choices, and fuels your ambitions. When you live with purpose, you exude a kind of energy and focus that is captivating to others. Purpose gives your life direction, makes your goals meaningful, and inspires those around you to connect with you on a deeper level. People are naturally drawn to someone who knows who they are and what they want, because it signals confidence, passion, and a sense of fulfillment. A strong sense of purpose begins with clarity about your values and passions. It involves understanding what truly matters to you and what gives your life meaning. This could be a cause you deeply care about, a dream you're determined to pursue, or simply living in alignment with your personal principles. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing, it just has to resonate with you. Whether it's creating art, building a career, nurturing relationships, or contributing to your community, what matters most is that it feels authentic and fulfilling. When you're clear on your purpose, it acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and keeping you motivated, even in the face of challenges. Living with purpose also requires a deep connection to your goals. These goals should be more than just tasks to complete. They should be tied to your long-term vision for your life. For example, instead of focusing solely on achieving a promotion, you might see it as a step toward building a meaningful career that allows you to make a positive impact. This shift in perspective makes your efforts feel more significant and gives you the resilience to keep moving forward. When others see your commitment and determination, it inspires them and creates a sense of admiration for your dedication. Purpose also has a way of creating focus and prioritization in your life. When you're driven by a clear sense of purpose, you become more intentional about where you invest your time and energy. You're less likely to be distracted by trivial matters or pulled in multiple directions. This focus not only helps you achieve your goals more effectively, but also demonstrates to others that you're serious about what you're doing. People are naturally drawn to individuals who have a clear sense of direction because it reflects strength, discipline, and a deep understanding of what they want out of life. Another powerful aspect of living with purpose is the sense of passion it brings. When you're pursuing something that truly matters to you, it lights a fire within you. This passion is contagious, and it has the ability to inspire and energize those around you. Whether you're talking about your work, hobbies, or personal mission, your enthusiasm becomes a source of motivation for others. They can feel the authenticity and excitement in your words and actions, and it leaves a lasting impression. Passion makes you memorable and sets you apart from others who might lack that same drive. Purpose also gives you resilience and perseverance. Life is full of setbacks and challenges, but when you're grounded in a strong sense of purpose, you're more likely to see those obstacles as temporary rather than insurmountable. Your purpose becomes the anchor that keeps you steady in difficult times. Others notice this strength and are often inspired by your ability to keep going despite adversity. It makes you someone they look up to and admire, someone they feel they can trust to handle life's ups and downs with grace. Having a sense of purpose also makes you more independent and self-reliant. Instead of seeking external validation or approval, you're guided by your internal compass. This independence is highly attractive because it shows that you're not easily swayed by others' opinions or societal pressures. You know what you want and why you want it, and that confidence is magnetic. It gives you an aura of authenticity and self-assurance that makes people want to learn more about you and what drives you. Finally, living with purpose brings a sense of fulfillment that radiates outward. When you're deeply connected to what you do and why you do it, it creates a sense of joy and satisfaction that others can feel. This positive energy draws people to you and makes them want to be a part of your world. Your sense of purpose not only enriches your own life, but also has the power to uplift and inspire those around you. But it creates a ripple effect, motivating others to discover and pursue their own passions and goals. And so, with all this in mind, by embodying a strong sense of purpose, you become someone who stands out. You show others that life is about more than just going through the motions. It's about living with intention, passion, and meaning. This not only makes you incredibly attractive, but also leaves a lasting impact on the people you meet, creating connections that are both deep and meaningful. This is one of the reasons we spend so much time outlining in the final chapter of this book, the 33 reasons for overbearing. Confidence is one of the most alluring traits a person can possess. It's not about arrogance or superiority, but about having a genuine belief in yourself and your abilities. True confidence radiates from within and creates a magnetic presence that naturally draws people to you. When you carry yourself with assurance and self-belief, it inspires admiration and respect, while also fostering trust and comfort in those around you. Confidence is not just about how you feel about yourself. It's about how you make others feel when they're in your presence. At its core, confidence starts with self-acceptance. It's about embracing who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, quirks, and all. This kind of self-assurance isn't dependent on external validation or comparison with others. Instead, it comes from understanding your unique qualities and being comfortable with them. When you truly accept yourself, you project an energy that says, "I know who I am, and I'm okay with it." This authenticity is incredibly attractive because it makes people feel that they're engaging with someone who is genuine and secure in their identity. Confidence also shows through your body language. The way you carry yourself communicates a lot before you even say a word. Standing tall with your shoulders back, maintaining steady eye contact, and moving with purpose all signal self-assurance. These nonverbal cues make you appear approachable, trustworthy, and in control. A confident smile, for example, can instantly make you more engaging and approachable, drawing people in without any need for words. Defeated, people often respond to confidence on an instinctive level because it creates a sense of stability and trustworthiness. A key part of confidence is the ability to express yourself clearly and assertively. When you speak, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A confident person communicates with conviction, even when discussing ideas or opinions that others may not fully agree with. This doesn't mean dominating conversations or dismissing other viewpoints. It's about being able to articulate your thoughts in a way that reflects self-belief while remaining respectful and open to dialogue. People are naturally drawn to those who can speak their minds with clarity and composure because it signals intelligence, self-respect, and emotional maturity. Another hallmark of confidence is resilience. Life is full of setbacks, and how you respond to challenges speaks volumes about your character. A confident person doesn't crumble under pressure or let failures define them. Instead, they view obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. This ability to bounce back from adversity inspires admiration because it shows strength and determination. When others see you handling life's difficulties with grace and perseverance, it reassures them that you're someone who can be relied on and trusted. Confidence also involves knowing your worth and setting healthy boundaries. This means understanding what you deserve and not settling for less, whether in relationships, work, or other areas of life. It's about being able to say no when necessary and not feeling guilty for prioritizing your needs and well-being. This self-respect is incredibly attractive because it shows that you value yourself and won't allow others to take advantage of you. Financially, it also sets the tone for how others should treat you, creating a dynamic of mutual respect and understanding. Another dimension of confidence is the willingness to embrace vulnerability. Contrary to popular belief, confidence isn't about being invulnerable or perfect. It's about being secure enough to show your imperfections and be honest about your feelings. Sharing your fears, struggles, or insecurities with others demonstrates a level of emotional strength and openness that fosters deeper connections. It shows that you're human, relatable, and unafraid to let others see the real you. This authenticity makes you approachable and endearing, creating an emotional connection that is both genuine and lasting. Confidence also comes through in the way you treat others. A truly confident person uplifts those around them rather than seeking to diminish or compete with them. They don't feel threatened by others' successes or strengths because they're secure in their own abilities. Instead, they celebrate others, offer support, and create an environment of positivity and encouragement. This kind of behavior is incredibly attractive because it shows humility and kindness, which are qualities people deeply value in any relationship. Finally, confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about how you handle imperfections. A confident person doesn't shy away from making mistakes or taking risks. They understand that failure is a natural part of growth and don't let it deter them from pursuing their goals. This willingness to step out of their comfort zone and embrace challenges is inspiring to others. It shows courage, determination, and a zest for life, all of which are highly magnetic traits. In essence, confidence is a blend of self-belief, authenticity, and resilience. It's about knowing who you are, embracing your individuality, and facing the world with assurance and poise. This inner strength and self-assuredness not only make you more attractive, but also create a sense of trust and comfort for those around you. Confidence, when rooted in authenticity and kindness, leaves a lasting impression and fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Kindness is one of the most profound and attractive qualities a person can exhibit. It's a universal language that transcends differences and connects people on a deeply emotional level. While kindness may seem simple, its impact is far-reaching, influencing how others perceive you, feel around you, and ultimately bond with you. True kindness goes beyond mere politeness or good manners. It stems from a genuine concern for others and a willingness to act with compassion, generosity, and understanding. It is this authenticity that makes kindness so powerful and magnetic. At its core, kindness begins with empathy, the ability to understand and share in the feelings of others. When you practice empathy, you show others that their emotions and experiences matter to you. This creates a safe and welcoming space where people feel valued and heard. For instance, listening attentively when someone shares their thoughts, validating their feelings, and offering words of encouragement are all acts of kindness that build trust and deepen connections. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel understood and cared for because it fosters a sense of emotional security. Kindness also manifests in the way you treat people, not just during grand gestures, but in the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Holding the door open for someone, offering a genuine compliment, or simply smiling at a stranger are all acts of kindness that can brighten someone's day. These small but significant actions show that you're thoughtful and considerate, qualities that leave a lasting impression. Starting with a gesture of generosity and leading with love. Over time, your consistent kindness creates a reputation for being approachable and warm-hearted, making others feel comfortable and valued in your presence. Generosity is another key aspect of kindness. This doesn't necessarily mean giving material gifts. It's about giving your time, energy, and attention to others. Whether it's helping a friend move, offering support during a difficult time, or simply being present when someone needs you, these acts of generosity demonstrate that you're willing to invest in the well-being of those around you. This willingness to give without expecting anything in return reflects a selflessness that people deeply admire and appreciate. Another dimension of kindness is patience. Life can be stressful and unpredictable, and patience is a rare but vital quality in fostering harmonious relationships. When you're patient, you show others that you're willing to give them the time and space they need to process their emotions or navigate challenges. This might mean listening without interrupting, refraining from judgment, or simply waiting for someone to feel ready to open up. Patience is a quiet but powerful form of kindness that conveys respect and understanding, strengthening the bonds you share with others. Forgiveness is also a profound act of kindness. In any relationship, misunderstandings and conflicts are inevitable, but the ability to forgive is what allows connections to grow and endure. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning hurtful behavior. It's about releasing resentment and choosing to move forward with compassion. When you forgive, you demonstrate emotional maturity and a willingness to prioritize the relationship over holding on to grudges. This act of kindness not only heals wounds, but also fosters an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect. Kindness also involves being mindful of your words and actions. The way you speak to and about others has a significant impact on how you're perceived. Choosing to communicate with respect, encouragement, and positivity reflects emotional intelligence and a kind heart. Avoiding gossip, refraining from harsh criticism, and offering constructive feedback instead are all ways to practice kindness in your interactions. People are drawn to those who uplift and inspire rather than tear others down, as it creates a sense of positivity and goodwill. Being kind also means recognizing and celebrating the achievements of others. When you genuinely cheer for someone's success, it shows that you're secure in yourself and have no need to compete or compare. This kind of kindness fosters a supportive environment where people feel appreciated and encouraged to thrive. That happens to everybody. It happens to people we like, whether it's congratulating a colleague on a promotion, complimenting a friend's talent, or acknowledging someone's hard work. Your words of affirmation can have a profound impact on their confidence and happiness. Kindness isn't just about how you treat others. It's also about how you respond to the world around you. Acts of kindness toward animals, the environment, or your community demonstrate a broader sense of compassion and responsibility. Volunteering, donating to a cause, or simply being mindful of your impact on the world are all ways to practice kindness on a larger scale. This kind of selflessness and care inspires others and creates a ripple effect, encouraging more kindness in the world. Ultimately, kindness is a reflection of inner strength and confidence. It takes courage to be kind in a world that can sometimes feel harsh or indifferent. When you consistently choose kindness, you show others that you value connection, compassion, and humanity. This not only makes you more attractive, but also creates a sense of warmth and positivity that draws people closer to you. By practicing kindness in all its forms, you cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships and leave a lasting impact on everyone you meet. In the end, cultivating deep, meaningful connections comes down to embodying qualities that reflect your authentic self while fostering trust, admiration, and emotional intimacy. By radiating positivity, practicing vulnerability, mastering emotional intelligence, and embracing a strong sense of purpose, you become someone others are naturally drawn to. Confidence, kindness, and the ability to create joy in the lives of those around you are magnetic traits that go beyond surface-level attraction, laying the groundwork for lasting bonds. These principles don't just make you more attractive, they elevate the quality of your relationships and inspire others to become the best versions of themselves. When you consistently bring these qualities into your interactions, you create an irresistible energy that not only draws people in, but also leaves a lasting impression on their hearts.